Ready?
I'm going to press the button. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Brit Girls Go Stateside. Thank you for joining us. We've got a very special guest for you today. We've got Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Wendy.
Good. And you see, we've already got people saying hi in the chat to you, Wendy. We've got Jessie from Fifth and Overland. Hi. We've got
Hi.
Jim's Oh, that was hard to say, Jim. Jim's Kitchen.
Hi,
Jim.
We've got Black Cat Kitchen.
Danny.
And we've got Roger. We've got Mike, and which is your hubby.
It is my hubby.
I don't know why I'm saying that to you like that. Like you don't know it's your hubby.
That's okay.
Oh, thank you guys for joining us.
Yes. Well, I think pretty much everyone knows you, Wendy, but just in case they don't, can you tell us who you are and what your channel's about?
Sure. I'm Wendy. Who am I? Well, I live in California. I've been married to my husband for 33 years. I have two boys who are grown. And I have to say, I can announce this on YouTube. My older son and his wife are having a baby. I'm going to be a grandma.
Oh, congratulations.
She's due in March. So yeah, I'm super chuffed, as you would say.
Super chuffed.
super chuffed.
Oh, that's
wonderful.
And my channel is primarily a baking channel. I do all kinds of baking things, cookies, cakes, breads, and I do savory as well. I do some savory, but it's mainly primarily baking.
Very nice.
And I try and I try to when I do my recipes, I try and explain so that you can create the same thing at home.
That's so good, especially
actually,
for people like us.
So well. Yeah, I love the way you do that because you show us and you tell us and you give us lots of tips on the way, and that really is helpful. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And I give the recipe too, so that with really good instructions, so that you can do that too.
Follow along and do it yourself. Yeah, that is so good because sometimes, you might be watching something and it goes really quickly, or it's like, oh, I don't know how to do that. But you explain everything so thoroughly, which is great. Love that.
I try.
Well, we're also joined by the Nomadic Trio. Hi, guys. They're on the road again, but they're still dropping in. Dave and Kathy Hyde. Hi. And they say, congratulations, Wendy. And John, Lucy's dad, is also here too.
Oh, hi, Dad.
And Molly Cakes. Hello, Molly.
Molly.
Please, if you're in the chat, please join in, make a comment, ask a question. We'd love if you got involved with the conversation.
Yes. So when did you start your channel, Wendy, and what inspired you to start it?
I started, about a year ago. So it's been about a year, and I was inspired. It was the pandemic. It's like I couldn't go anywhere. I'm at home. So I thought, I just want to share my passion of baking with others. And I started the YouTube channel, not knowing what to do at all. I mean, I totally went in blind. My husband was helping, but I've progressed since then.
Yeah, it is a learning curve, isn't it? A very steep learning curve.
Learning curve.
So how do you feel your channel has evolved then since you first started? What has changed and what has improved?
What has changed? Well, I think the way that I edit, the way that I do my videos, my videos were in the beginning were quite long, but I managed to get them down. I like to have my videos about 8 minutes. Or less.
Yes.
Because I find that the retention or the people, they watch longer when they're shorter.
Yes.
I guess we have very short attention spans these days, but
I know that's very true. Yes. And it does seem to be that way, doesn't it? Less is more quite often.
Yeah. So I try and give the best instructions that I can, and showing the finished product. And so I think basically my editing skills have improved. The way I shoot my videos have improved. So It's how it's evolved, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And I need to ask, Jim needs to ask, he's wearing his onion goggles. Tell us about that, Wendy.
Well, when I chop onions, my eyes get all red,
Yeah.
and I start, it's like I'm crying.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Me the same.
Okay, so you need a pair of onion goggles.
I do. Where do we find those onion goggles?
On Amazon. And I actually
Right.
did a video.
Yeah.
On that, demonstrating, and they worked. And it wasn't even my idea. My husband gave me the idea for the interview.
Oh,
I mean,
well done, Mike.
the video.
That's such a good idea.
So why don't you do? So I chopped up onions. I had my goggles on, and it was like, wow, this really works. And so I just promoted these onion goggles, and a couple people commented and said, "Oh, I got a pair of onion goggles." And
I think I need to get a pair of those. I have like the worst watery eyes.
We'll order 2 pairs, Lucy, one each.
Yeah.
Get a couple pairs on Amazon. They're not that expensive at all.
Okay,
Yes.
we will check that out.
On that.
Yeah, we have a question from Jim, actually.
Okay.
If you were to run a food cart, what would be the main item you would sell?
A food cart.
Mm.
Ooh.
You know what? Well, I don't know if he means like savory or sweet, but if it was sweet, I think I would focus on cookies. I'd have like a cookie cart.
I think that's a good idea, because it's something that people just grab, don't they? A cookie,
Right.
you know. Yeah.
Package them in like 3s or 4s or whatever, and just
because they're nice gifts, aren't they? You see them in gift shops. You see them wrapped in cellophane with a little ribbon around and things, and
like
at
a private message,
at
like
a very
personalized.
extortionate price too. So I mean, gosh, I think that's a good business idea.
People pay a lot for cookies that are packaged very pretty.
Yes.
Well, good question.
Good
question,
Jim.
Yes, Dr. Sev. Hi, Dr. Sev has joined us in the chat. Thank you for coming along today. So I'm going to stop talking now, Lucy.
That's all right. How do you come up with the ideas for your videos, Wendy? Do you get inspiration from shows like the Great British Bake Off, or?
Yeah, I get my inspiration. I have several magazines that I subscribe to, and the Food Network, Google, and then also the Great British Bake Off. I love that show.
So do we.
Yes. Yeah, we're so excited for the new series. We can't wait.
I can't wait either. In fact, I put it on my calendar so that I know.
So you don't miss it or forget about it. It's there.
Exactly. And so I actually did, now that we're talking about Great British Bake Off, I look at all their technical challenges, and I'm like, do I want to do this? So part of my channel is going to be challenges or technical challenges from the Great British Bake Off. And I actually did the torta settavelli. It's this 7-layer cake, and it is so involved, and it really tests your skill level. It tested mine to the max.
Wow.
They gave the contestants 4.5 hours, and I actually did it in 5, but that was with filming and clearing things around,
right.
Yeah. So I think that was a win-win, and it was delicious, but it's not something I would just bake, you know?
Yeah, that does sound difficult, but it's a good idea, because people will probably see these things on Great British Bake Off, and that's what they're going to be searching for. You know, how do I do this? You know, can I find the instructions so that I can recreate that?
Oh yeah, well, I didn't write out the instructions. I just gave the link to Prue Lath's link for the recipe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she probably knows what she's doing, doesn't she?
Do it 21 steps, and the instructions were 3 pages long.
So stressful.
Gosh.
That's so fun though. Good for you for trying those things, because you know it's obviously very challenging. Like you can see, like these are the best bakers, like amateur bakers in Britain, and they're struggling. So good for you for giving it a shot, I think.
Yeah, there was There was some cursing and swearing involved, but that obviously wasn't on camera. The other thing, my husband just popped on my text, and he said for the food cart, that cupcakes as well. So I think cookies.
Oh, of course. Yes, cupcakes too. Yeah, hugely popular. Yeah, good suggestion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll pop down and have a look at your food cart when it's up and running, Wendy.
Yeah.
It would be fun, I think.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Yeah, really fun.
Molly has a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Molly, now I've lost it now. Oh yeah, Wendy, what grade did you teach? I was a teacher too.
Oh, what grade did I teach? I taught 6th grade. So that's like middle school or junior high. I don't know how that equates in the UK.
Yeah,
but
how old would the children be? I can never get my head around the grades over there.
6th grades are like 10 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
7th grade, I taught, they're like 11, 12. I taught 7th grade as well. So it was English and history is what I taught.
My two favorite subjects. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. So Molly, that's what I taught.
Oh, that's lovely. My youngest daughter is just training to be a teacher as well. She's just started, and she was doing teaching assistant jobs, but she's now training to be a teacher.
Wow.
And
it's a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's really enjoying it, so that's great. Yeah.
It must be rewarding though, like when they get it. And
it is. I mean, every now and again, like I've gotten like your students will give you like little notes, and in fact, I remember I had this one troubled student, and I always went out of my way to ask him how he was doing. And he gave me, for Christmas, he gave me 2 candles, and he said, "Thank you for being the only teacher who cares."
Oh, isn't that wonderful? You made such a difference to that boy. Yeah.
And I just, I teared up, and I was like, oh God. And so he came in the next day. He's like, "Did you get the candles?" I'm like, "Yes."
Isn't that wonderful?
That obviously made so much difference to him, just to feel like someone cared. And,
that's one example. But I mean, that's what makes it all worth it, because honestly, it's a very challenging job, and you always get told by parents what you're not doing right.
Yes.
And then when you get letters from parents, or like the letter I got from that student, it just brings it all forward. And
absolutely. Yeah, there are other people in the chat. Jim said, I want to be a kindergarten teacher too, but changed my mind. And Heather from Nomadic Trio said, I've taught pre-K and kindergarten, my favorite ages.
Those are great ages, and I think Jim would be a fantastic kindergarten teacher.
Oh God, he's so much fun. I mean, he'd be awesome. The kids would all love him. They wouldn't want to go home. I know. Yeah, well, I think he'd be brilliant. I agree, absolutely.
This might be a strange question, but do you think like that experience, like teaching, helps you now with YouTube, like explaining things thoroughly and like step by step? Like, are you able to take what you learn and transpose it into I'm gonna call it teaching, because it kind of is teaching on YouTube?
I think it has helped a lot, because when every day you're in front of 33 kids, and they're all staring at you, so you have to be able to be quick. It's like a month. So I think that has helped me with filming and talking.
I'm sure it has. I can see that. Brilliant. Well, just to change the subject a little bit, I'm curious, do you have any recipes or any kind of traditions, anything that has been passed down from the generations, either on your channel or that you do at the holidays, or any recipe that holds a special place in your heart in that way?
I do. I have to, I actually wanted to film something about it at Christmas time, but it is pizza. I make my own pizza crust, and I have videos on that. But one thing that we've done for 33 years is we make a pepperoni and green pepper pizza on Christmas Eve.
Oh,
Because, and the reason for that is when my husband and I were first married, he was in grad school. So we didn't have a whole lot of money, and we couldn't afford to go out and, have a nice dinner or buy expensive things to make a really great Christmas Eve or Christmas dinner. So pepperoni with green peppers, red and green. And, and we do that. We've done it every Christmas Eve for 33 years.
Oh, that's lovely. That's so romantic too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's a lovely idea.
I love it. Yeah. My Nana, Mum's mum, makes a good pizza, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. Yes. Actually, I haven't had it since I've been here. I'm going to have to get her in that kitchen.
Slacking.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's really nice. And then, like, looking forward from that, do you feel like it's important to then leave a legacy for your children and coming up grandchildren, like to pass those traditions down? And do you think YouTube can be a tool for that somehow?
I think it could. I mean, if my sons were interested in cooking, I think YouTube would be a great legacy to hand down to them. I mean, if I can do something, if I can make a positive impact on someone through baking and cooking, then bravo, but I think, well, my son who's married, I think making their own little traditions is important, but they love it. They love when I make my pepperoni and green pepper pizza every year for Christmas Eve. So if they want to continue to do that, great. But if they want to come up with their own little tradition, that's fine too. But as far as my YouTube channel, if people can get something out of that, I'm happy.
Definitely. That's a nice way to look at it. Yeah. Because traditions do adapt and change over the years, don't they? Nothing stays completely the same. I think it's nice to acknowledge that and embrace it, like it can develop and be different. And
So, go on, Lucy. Sorry, no.
So what do you prefer? Do you prefer baking cakes, cookies, desserts? Do you prefer the savory dishes? Is there something that you particularly like?
I really like, oh gosh, that's so hard because baking, I love to make cakes. I love when everything comes together for the finished product. So you're mixing ingredients, you're baking, it comes out, and then you decorate it, or so it's the transformation of baking cakes that I really love. And then with cookies, it's like, wow. I mean, what I do, I take chocolate. I'm a sucker for chocolate chip cookies. I just love chocolate chip. So I have frozen chocolate chip cookie balls in the freezer, and I can take them out whenever I want and just.
I think that's a great idea. I'm going to have to do that because then you've got them there ready just to finish off baking, and
just set them out for like 5 or 10 minutes so they get soft, and then push them down a bit.
It's so funny you should say that because my husband's mum does this for us, and she just did. It's my favorite oatmeal raisin cookies. We've got the cookie balls in the freezer right now, and I don't know if Roger's still in the chat, but we bought some to him the other day, and they are incredible.
I mean, any kind of dough, like chocolate chip cookie, oatmeal raisin, anything that you can roll up or scoop into a nice sized cookie would be perfect in the freezer, and it lasts.
And then you've got that kind of freshly made cookie thing whenever you want.
Absolutely. Instead of going to the grocery store and buying the pre-made,
Yeah, it's not quite the same, is it?
No. Well, we have some nice comments in the chat. I'm sorry if I've missed your comment earlier, but John and Cara, retired travelers. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us. They say, we love cooking. Thank you, ladies, for introducing us to Wendy. We've just subscribed to her channel. Thank you so much for doing that. And if you're watching and you haven't already subscribed to Wendy's channel, please give her a like and, please subscribe and check her out. And you'll be very pleased you did so. And if you're watching, please give us a like, and we'd be very grateful for that too.
Thank you.
Perhaps we just mention now that I've just on the subject about next week's show. We've also got a really good friend, Black Cat Kitchen are going to be on the show next week.
Oh, great!
Yes, and they're they're another exciting cooking channel. So we're really looking forward to talking to them next week too. One more point here. Jessie says, I've always loved how kids on cooking shows say cooking changed them and made their lives better. I think your channel can be a great influence.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it's true. You do see that, don't you? Sometimes kids who maybe have not got anything much going on, or they've got into trouble, or, you know, and they start cooking and I don't know, their lives sort of turn around.
I've seen that a lot. Like like the show Chopped. A lot of times someone, you know, you give a little backstory and it's someone who has evolved in a positive way through cooking. And I think it's great. So if someone watches my channel and develops a love for baking or cooking, that would make my day.
Wonderful.
Oh, that would be so nice, wouldn't it?
It would.
Do you have any ideas about what it is about cooking that can do that to people? Like, or is there something that it is for you that kind of makes you feel happy and positive?
Well, for me, it's very, very meditative in a way. You know, as you're cooking and you're watching. If you're cooking, you're just watching the ingredients come together in the pan and the smell. That has a lot to do with it too. Making cakes, as I said, just watching it come from a batter, let's say if you're making a cake, into the actual cake itself, it's just, and the smell too with cooking, you know, with baking.
Yes.
It's delightful. And Jim has asked, is there anything you hate to cook or eat?
Oh gosh, anything I hate. I hate to cook or eat. You know, I love almost everything.
That's great.
I don't like to eat liver.
Oh, no, yuck. No, we had to eat liver at school. I remember school dinners. They used to have liver once a week and it was disgusting.
No.
I don't think I've ever eaten liver.
Oh, you didn't have it at school? Oh, things must have changed since then. Liver and onions.
Do I remember correctly, Wendy, that you did a video about making Oreos and you said you didn't like Oreos? Am I remembering that? And I was like, an American that doesn't like Oreos? Thank
you for reminding me. I don't like the cookie part of an Oreo. To me, it's almost bitter, and I don't like that. And so I made my own Oreos, and I like them a lot better. It was actually a stuffed Oreos, so that I had the filling in the middle, and they turned out, they were like this big. They were
yum.
It was almost like an Oreo whoopie pie, I guess. I don't know, but they were really good, and I enjoyed them much better than the store-bought Oreos. I just don't like them.
Yeah. Well, the way to improve any kind of biscuit or cookie for me is to make it bigger. So
yeah, absolutely.
So going back to YouTube, is there a video on your channel or a type of video on your channel that tends to be more popular or well received? And if so, why do you think that is?
More popular. Well, I have a video that I had over 2,000 views on it. And it was mini lemon meringue pies. And for whatever reason, it got shot out to Google. And so a lot of my views came from Google. And I couldn't understand, but someone had pointed out to me, I think it was Mr. Cast Iron, actually. It's because I put how to in my title.
Well, we're all going to change our titles now.
Yeah.
How to make. So my title was how to make mini lemon meringue pies.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. And I think that's why. But for some reason, I don't put the how to in my titles. I don't know why, but
gosh.
That is interesting. Maybe because that's what people type in when they're looking, how to do whatever, you know.
Well, you know what? And it might be, and then they look at it for a little bit. That video, has the worst retention rate. And I think it's because it goes out on YouTube. People look at it and go to the next. Like they look at it, go to the next, go to the next. But it had my lowest retention rate, but most views. So who knows?
That is true. That does happen on the ones like that. You know, like oh, I don't know, the Miley Cyrus tongue out challenge gets loads of views. Obviously, people have too much of a good thing and just turn off.
Yeah. Well, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I was happy for the views.
Yeah, definitely. And it probably boosts your other videos a little bit as well. You know, people find your channel that way and they watch the video for a bit, you know, chances are they'll go and see something else, or, you know, subscribe. I got a lot of
subscribers from that, actually. So
yeah,
made me happy.
That's great. If you can get pushed out through Google as well, that's like the best, because it's obviously like the most popular search engine. So
it is, and it was the first and last time. I haven't been pushed out to Google since, so maybe I'll try another how-to.
Yeah.
Well, in the kitchen with Karen says that how-to, the best, easy to make are all good ways to start your title. Oh. So that's how-to, the best, and easy to make.
I'll have to do that. Yeah.
That's really interesting, because, you know, when you put all your effort into your video, you know, you've researched your topic, you've filmed it, you've edited it. I can never say that. Edit it. You want as many people to enjoy it as possible, right, don't you? So that's good to know. So how have you been with the short videos? Have you had much success with those?
You know, I haven't. I had 2 that got onto the shelf. And I think I've done like 14 of them, I guess, and only 2 went out to the shelf. So, I mean, I'll do them. I mean, I did one when I made my son's birthday cake. It was a peanut butter chocolate brownie. And so I did a little video on that and pushed it out, but it didn't really go anywhere. So, I mean, I'll do it, but.
Yeah, some topics seem to lend themselves to that short format, you know, anyway. Like some topics just work really well for like a quick.
And both of the ones that went out to the shelf were savory dishes that I made.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting. Well, we just learned about the shorts that YouTube are actually giving out donations of money each month to YouTube creators on the most successful. I don't know what the criteria is. Obviously, views is one of the criteria, but they're going to donate money to creators each month. You know, if your short videos do really well, for you to create more short videos. So we just found that out the other day, didn't we, Lucy?
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
I didn't know. We just got an email about it, and it seemed like, wow.
Because we weren't doing so many shorts lately, were we? Because
it seems like everybody was doing the shorts. There's just so many of them, and when we first did them, they did really well, and the percentage that do well now seem to be getting less and less. But
and people have told us, like some of our loyal subscribers have said, oh, we don't get notifications for your shorts, whereas they'll get notifications for our longer videos. So we thought, well,
they don't send out notifications for shorts.
And it's like, you know, help us out a bit.
It really kills your watch time. I don't think short videos actually get added to your watch time. I don't think they do.
Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know if they do or not.
I don't think they do, the short videos. It's only
that's interesting.
Your full-length regular video.
But the big thing about them, I suppose, is you hope you're going to get some new subscribers. But you know, that's the big thing, isn't it? You know, people watching your other videos too. So it's like a bit of a gamble thing, isn't it? I guess, you know, you think, oh, I'll have a bit of a punt on that. You know, you never know how it's going to
enter the short lottery.
I mean, I think shorts are for people with a short attention span. They just want to see it and move on to the next.
Yeah. which, you know, it makes total sense with things like TikTok and stuff that YouTube would want to, you know, I guess compete with that,
Right.
you know, to get that kind of audience over here too.
Yeah, there's some conversation in the chat actually to say, you know, that the other channels are saying they're not getting as many views on the shorts compared to 6 months ago. Black Cat Kitchen.
Yeah, we had the same experience.
And they're wondering whether they should still keep doing them. Jim says he's going to try and spend 2 months working on shorts to see how it goes myself. Yeah, we're going to rack our brains because now they're giving out money. They could give it. They could, please. Yeah. And can I shout out? Can I quickly shout out the wonderful Mr. Ian Good? Hello, Mr. Ian Good, or Mr. Ian Great, as we call him. Thank you
Ian
for joining us.
Yeah,
a great garden going, and he does.
Oh yeah, it's just the cooking in the garden. Oh, the garden is great. Yeah. So thank you for coming along. And again, if you're in the chat, please join in, ask questions, make a comment. And I do apologize if I miss any, but obviously you quite often, you know, that you answer them yourselves in the chat, so it's really nice and helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. This is like a weekly brainstorm for us all.
Yes, it is actually, isn't it?
And,
because you know, somebody will say, oh, have you heard about this? Or I don't think this is very good, or this is really good idea. And you, oh, so we're all sort of learning off each other, which is lovely.
Yeah.
So we mentioned shorts. Is there any other way you try and attract people or subscribers? Do you social media? Do you Instagram and Facebook, or do you promote in any other way?
The way I promote my videos, I use Facebook and I use Instagram. I mean, you could do I could do TikTok and whatever other social media platforms, but it's like, oh my gosh, it's like a daunting task almost, you know.
Yes.
The more social media you engage with. So I try to keep it to my Facebook page and to Instagram. And I do get some carryover from Facebook. I don't know so much about Instagram though. I mean, I get a lot of, you know, likes on or hearts on my Instagram page, but I don't know if they actually go over to Facebook. I mean to
YouTube. No, I'm not sure. Yeah, you can't really tell because it's easy just giving a little heart, isn't it? But that doesn't necessarily mean.
I feel like there's an analytics somewhere which tells you where your external sources are coming from. Yes,
there is actually. Yes, I think there is.
Right, because, you know, my external sources external source, it's Yahoo.
Oh.
And then Facebook.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nothing.
I think ours is definitely Facebook is our number one. So yours is Yahoo. That's interesting.
Isn't that weird? Not Google. Google's second. Yahoo's first. Google's second.
That is interesting.
And
because I think I'm right in saying is ours Facebook and then Google, Lucy,
and then Bing. Ours is Facebook, then Google, then Bing, and Instagram is like way down the bottom for us.
But we're a bit rubbish at Instagram, so it's not surprising. It just takes too much time, Wendy, doesn't it?
Yes, I know.
There are other things that I want to do. I love filming and doing videos, but there's a lot more that I want to do.
So what, besides the cooking, which part of YouTube do you enjoy the most then? Is it the editing, the filming? What do you enjoy the most?
I think I like the editing.
Me too. Yeah.
Filming, the thing is with filming a cooking or a baking video is if you make a mistake, what do you do? I mean, there have been times where I've filmed segments and my camera's off.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. And so I get through all the cursing and the swearing. And then you know, sometimes I start over, other times I'm just like just not doing it. And so that's I think it's I mean, I like when I edit what I filmed, but the actual filming can kind of
It can be stressful, I think, particularly doing something like cooking, baking.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of cursing, don't we, Mum, if we attempt
Yeah, we do. Because we get ever so stressed in the kitchen to start with. And then when you start factoring in filming.
Everything's time sensitive when you start cooking.
It is.
And you sort of want to do a shot down on it, and there's no room, and the tripod's there, and you're trying to reach for things and not spill them. And the whole kitchen's filled up with the tripod and lights, all the lights. You think, oh my goodness, I don't know how you cooking channels cope.
Yeah, we have honestly so much respect, because like you guys make it look so nice.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes there are more takes than I would prefer. But yeah, with cooking, if you mess something up in the process, you either have to start it over or scrap it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, there are some channels, like channels that tell you how to do YouTube, I guess. And that kind of thing, you can just stop and start over. But with cooking, you can't really do that.
Yeah.
Have you ever... I don't know if this would happen, but like you've come across something and it's gone wrong, and you've gone, oh, actually that's like a good learning point for people, like you can overcome it like this, or is that not really like? Well,
I did a video on making a strawberry shortcake cake. So it was supposed to be like strawberry shortcake, but in a layer, like a layer cake.
Yes.
And I guess, I had this vision on the top of having this mound of whipped cream and strawberries over that. And it went,
oh
no. I'm like, oh, I did everything. And now this happens. So I posted it on YouTube as a baking fail, but in a positive, it's still.
I think sometimes people like to see that, like, massive fail, oh, look at this,
It actually tasted really great, but it just,
that's the most important thing.
Yeah, in my mind, it just didn't evolve how I wanted it to.
No, I know it must be terribly disappointing as well. You put all that effort in, you're filming, and it's so time consuming, isn't it? So, the fact that, do I just show this fail, or do I go through the whole process again? And
I didn't want to go through the whole thing again.
No, I can understand.
Yeah, and also, you've got to spend money on the ingredients and things like that, haven't you? Like, like it's not like we do where we often are just talking. You have to invest in your video each time, and then have to do it again. It's like, oh.
Yeah, sometimes I don't have, if I wanted to do it again, I don't have the ingredients, everything that I would need there.
Right, of course.
Basic ingredients for a cake, but if I've used all my strawberries, let's say, what do I do?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that is very difficult. So hats off to you. I'd just like to say hello to Paul Gaming. Hello, Paul. Thanks for joining us.
Paul.
And hello, Flour, Eggs and Yeast. Thank you for coming along, guys. It's lovely to have you join us. So thank you very much.
Yes.
Wendy, collaborations. Can you talk about any collaborations that are coming up in the very short future?
In the short future, yes. The 1960s era.
1960s, yes.
I've completed my intro, and I have this really funky 1960s outfit, and I'm making chicken a la king, which was a huge 60s thing, but I'm putting it in a puff pastry shell.
Nice.
So it's nice and pretty. And that's what I'm doing.
That sounds so good.
Are you doing lovely. A 1960s collaboration?
Oh, we might be.
Yes.
Yes, we are. We're doing. Oh, go on, Mum. You do it. It was your project.
Oh, well, no, I don't mind. Well, I was just going to say, we're not cooking, Wendy, so take it, rest assured. We've got a video coming out that's called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and we are going to choose 4 film stars, iconic film stars of the 60s. So have a think about who you think we're going to choose. 4 film stars, 2 male, 2 female, that we're going to invite for dinner.
You want me to guess?
Oh, well, I
No?
won't tell you. It's a top
No, okay.
secret.
Then I'm not.
You'll see our thumbnail soon.
Yes, and I know there's several groups, channels in the chat that are also joining in on the collaboration, which was arranged by the lovely Molly from Molly Cake. So thank you for that, Molly.
Thank you, Molly.
Mike says Sean Connery. Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
On your closet.
You may be right.
We don't have a very good poker face.
No.
My husband has the ultimate poker face. He's like Paul Hollywood.
Oh, is he?
Oh yeah.
Has he got the piercing blue eyes as well?
He has the most beautiful, they're bluish green.
Oh.
His blue eyes.
Whatever
you would call that, like it's like a ocean, like a ocean blue. I don't know.
Oh, how lovely. Oh.
And have you done any collaborations before, Wendy? And how did they go?
I have. I actually did one with Jim from
Yeah, that was fun.
It was in July. I think it was July, and we had some options, and we chose baked beans. And I made a baked bean spice cake. So I put it in a bundt, and it actually was really good.
I couldn't believe it when you were putting all these baked beans into the recipe for a cake. But
I had no idea how it would turn out. It was either going to be good or it's going to be bad. And I think I put a little glaze on it too. And it came out really good. So Jim and I did that little collaboration. He made apple pie baked beans, something like that, if I remember correctly. I can't really remember now, but so that was a fun collaboration. And then I did another collaboration with a bunch of ladies. It was a chopped TV challenge. So we all agreed, there were 5 ingredients that we could use, and we had to kind of come up with something based on the 5 ingredients. And I made a shepherd's pie, but it was a Thai inspired shepherd's pie.
Nice.
This was like, I used chicken, and I used this Thai curry sauce and the potatoes on top. And it was really good.
That sounds yummy.
So those were the only other collaborations that I've done. And then now our collaboration coming up.
They are fun, aren't they? They are a lot of fun to do. And you kind of get to know the other people from the other channels a little bit better. And and it also gives you inspiration to think of something different too, That's what we really like about it too, because we probably wouldn't have thought of doing that particular subject, going back to the 60s one. So it kind of gives you inspiration to think of something different within your own theme. So
right. Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to see what everyone else has done. Yes, that's really exciting.
Yes. So, Wendy, what's your favorite thing about being a YouTuber, do you think?
My favorite thing is meeting people.
Yes.
And like this, doing an interview with you, because now I'm getting to know you better.
Yeah.
I love meeting new people. I love making the connections. I love it when people comment on my videos and I answer back. And here's something. Karen from In the Kitchen with Karen, we live 30 minutes from each other.
Oh, lovely.
And we had lunch about a month and a half ago, and we're actually having lunch next week.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's so nice.
We've actually gotten together, and it's just wonderful, to be able to actually meet people on YouTube with.
Yeah.
So that's what I love.
Saying that is honestly one of our favorite things too. And we keep saying we have to go and meet Jessie because she's in Arizona too. And so it's like we'd love to actually meet up with people at some point. That would be amazing.
Yeah, in fact, would be... also Jim, my son lives in Oregon, and so does Jim, and I hope that's okay to say. But I want to get together with him when my son and my daughter-in-law have their baby, and I'm up there for a few weeks. So I'd like to get together with him.
Oh, that would be awesome. You would definitely have a laugh and a good time.
I know.
Was that something that you expected coming into YouTube? Because for us, it was a big surprise that we made so many friends, you know, a wonderful surprise, but we didn't know that we would meet all these other channels and connect with them and do videos with them. That wasn't something we expected.
I didn't expect anything. I went in with low expectations, so everything was like a win after that. I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't have any expectation. And then when someone would watch my video and leave a comment, it was like, wow. So
yeah. When we started getting comments, we were like, oh wow, people are engaging.
It's fun. So I went in with no expectation whatsoever. The fun of it. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. It's fun. It's exciting as well, because you're doing all these things and meeting all these people that you wouldn't have met before, and it really does open up your world, really, doesn't it?
It really
it's
does.
Fantastic. I think until you do, you just don't realize, how friendly it is. It's not isolating at all. It's not just sitting at home on your computer like we thought it would be to some extent.
That's what I thought it would be, but then when you start to make friends, it changes everything.
That's very true. It's lovely. Yes. The chat is going mad here. I'm not keeping up with it. I'd just like to say hello to Eleanor from Eleanor Elaborates. Hi, Eleanor.
Hi, Eleanor.
Lovely you come along. I did see something earlier, and going back to it looked quite interesting. Flour, Eggs and Yeast was saying they've just started merchandising, and it's going really well.
Good.
And I saw a reply from Black Cat Kitchen. We're worrying about the tax aspect and things like that. So
you mean,
I'm sorry I missed that earlier, but have you thought about, merchandising at all, Wendy, or is that just some way off for you?
Oh, it's way off for me. I don't think you can merchandise or until you have your 1,000 subscribers and you're monetized.
Oh, right. I don't know. Well,
That's
we haven't
way
done it yet. No, we haven't. Yeah, we haven't started yet, have we, Lucy?
I don't even know how to start. I'm gonna have to pick Flour, Eggs and Yeast brains at some point, because I have no idea what to do. I'm still trying to work out our community tab.
I'm trying to think if anybody else is merchandising, but I know Teresa and Cam are Flour, Eggs and Yeast.
Yes.
Karen should merchandise.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I agree. I thought she might have been already, but yes, you definitely should, Karen. But yes, we did a couple of sponsorships. That was new for us. The
coffee mugs.
The coffee mugs.
And the coffee mugs are great.
Those looked really nice.
They were fabulous. Yeah, really pleased with them.
I honestly was so impressed with like for $25.99. It's like, wow.
And I love the colors. They were just really relaxing colors.
Tranquil.
If you're having tea or coffee, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yes, it was a huge relief when we actually liked them, because it would be awful, you had to do a review and say, oh, these are real rubbish, don't buy them.
But they were dishwasher safe and microwave safe, right?
Which is a big thing. Yeah,
exactly. So let us know in the chat. Karen says, I'm thinking when I hit 4K subscribers in a few months, I'm going to start merchandising.
Ooh. 4K. Wow.
Oh, we look forward to that.
Loaded.
We need to check out the Flour, Eggs and Yeast store as well. So we'll all be coming along and checking it out, and also, picking your brains too.
Yeah.
It's nice to know how to get all that merchandise together.
I honestly don't know. I have to do some research. So would that be a goal goal for you in the future, Wendy, or what are your long and short term goals for your channel?
Well, short term, I want to just keep producing content that people want to watch and see. Long term, I would like to reach that 1,000 subscriber goal and eventually get monetized, but it's not something that I focus on every single day. I mean, I think I put out a video about once a week, sometimes twice a week. So as long as I can keep doing that, that's what I want to do. And if the rest comes, like the 1,000 subscribers and monetization, great. That's like icing on the cake.
Yes,
Yeah.
icing on there. I like how you did that.
I like that. A good pun. And interestingly, that's probably exactly what you need to do to, reach that 1,000 subscriber goal. Is just keep having fun and keep doing what you love. Because I think people respond to that. Like people sense when you're enjoying it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's,
and
people sense when you're not enjoying it too.
That too. And some YouTubers, they're putting out 3-4 videos a week. I don't know how I could do that.
It's difficult. It's
difficult.
I mean,
the more videos you put out, I think the more views you're going to get, the more subscribers you're going to get. And so I steady space, slow.
Yeah. You don't want to burn yourself out, do you? And make it all such, a chore and so stressful. So you have to, I think you're doing the right thing. And that sounds like a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And going back to what we were talking about just before then, Eleanor says, I'm a Vera Bradley ambassador and I was given authority to make a video. Well, that's wonderful, Eleanor. We really look forward to seeing that. That's amazing. Yes, congratulations.
Good for you. I mean, the things the colors of Vera Bradley are just so vibrant.
It is. Yeah. That's huge that you've been given authority to do that. So congratulations. That's lovely.
It is nice when you start to get to the point where people put their faith in you to talk about their brand or their products or whatever, it is a very nice feeling.
I mean, I haven't had anyone reach out to me like the onion goggles. That was totally unsponsored, And I talk about a lot of different things. Like I have Pampered Chef, a friend who does Pampered Chef, and I've used some of the products that I've gotten from her in my videos and mentioned Pampered Chef, but I'm not sponsored. I mean, if someone wants to reach out and I can do a sponsorship, great. But I still promote products if I think that they're worthy.
Same with us. It's only this month that we've started doing those, isn't it, Mum? Up until then, it was just things that we liked and things that we wanted to talk about and things that we thought were good that people might want to know about.
Right.
Because it's nice to share that with people, isn't it? It's
I will too. So
yes. Okay. Well, if anyone's got a question for Wendy, now would be a wonderful time to pop it in the chat, or if you've got a comment or anything that you want to say, then leave it for us now and we'll get to you in just a second. And I'll ask Wendy our question that we ask to everyone that comes on the show, which is, Wendy, if you could take everything that you've learned so far on your YouTube journey and kind of condense it down into a piece of advice for someone who's maybe thinking they might want to start a YouTube channel, or someone who's just started their YouTube channel, what advice would you give to someone to kind of send them on their way?
Well, I would tell them to first look at other YouTube channels in the area that they're going to be focusing on and see what they do. I would also tell them to take it slow. It's not a race. Just get one video out a week and see how that goes, and not to get caught up in the numbers. How many subscribers did I get? I'll be honest, I always am looking to see if I've gotten a new subscriber. But don't get caught up in that, because that'll really affect you up here. All the statistics and the analytics and this and that. Try not to focus on that. but it's always nice, I think, when you do get a new subscriber, you're like, oh, yay.
Yeah.
But just take time to make a quality video that others would be interested in, and just not to expect things. Because if you go in trying to expect certain results, I think on YouTube, you're going to get disappointed.
Yes. Yeah.
They just take off. Others take a lot longer, and mine has been slow growth, and I'm actually okay with that. I kind of feel like the more subscribers you have, the more pressure is on you to make content.
Yes, that's very well said. Yes, there is more stress on you. If you're thinking people are there waiting for the video, and you can't get another video out this week, and you're going to let people down, and you've got to, it is more stressful. So yes, there are good and bad.
And the important thing is to have fun. That's what this is all about. If you go in thinking, I want to make money, you're going to be disappointed.
Yes.
And that's why I think a lot of people quit too, because they go in with the expectation that, I'm going to get all these subscribers, and I'm going to be able to make all this money, and I can quit my job. And no. So don't go in thinking like that. Just have fun and do it for fun, and everything else will come later.
Oh, I love that.
That's the advice I would give someone, just to research the content that you want to create, and just have fun, and don't go in with expectation.
Well,
that's really nice.
Really good advice. Very good advice. And
were you able to find? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go on, Lucy. It's okay.
I was just going to ask, just out of curiosity, what sort of channels were inspiring you when you started? Did you do some research and find some channels?
I looked at the big channels like Preppy Kitchen. I really love him. He does a fantastic job. And I also watch, I'd watch things on Food Network and Tasty, and I'm blanking now on other channels. But I would just go in and see how they do it. I mean, I don't have a professional camera crew. I'm it. So I know my videos aren't going to be like theirs, but I think that's what inspired me, just watching other channels and see what they did. So
I think there is a lot to be said for that, because you can get inspiration, even if you, like you say, you can't replicate it at first because you don't have that fancy camera, or that equipment, or the big crew, or whatever it is. You can at least get inspiration, and see what you can do, because when you start, it's a bit like, I don't know, what should I do?
Like a deer in the headlights almost.
That's
don't know
true.
what you're doing, and it's trial and error, and I've learned a lot. Editing, whoever thought I'd be editing a video,
that is a skill for sure.
And it's taken time. It's taken a lot of time and effort, and cursing and swearing.
There's a lot of cursing and swearing that goes on behind the scenes,
isn't the scenes, definitely.
Well, it's lovely that you're so positive, Wendy, and you've got such a lovely approach to your videos. You're just a joy to watch, and it's sort of relaxing watching you in the kitchen, actually. It really is.
That makes me happy.
Which is definitely saying something, because being in the kitchen is not usually relaxing for me.
Well, if I can make it relaxing for you.
There you go. That is an achievement.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you so much, Wendy, for being such a lovely guest. We really have enjoyed talking to you. The time has gone so quickly, and
oh my gosh, it is. It's been an hour.
Yeah, it's flown.
Yes. And thank you, everybody who's contributed in the chat. And I apologize if I haven't got to your comment. Hello, Anita. I'm glad you're enjoying your trip. Thank you for joining us. We are wondering how you've been getting on. If you're watching on replay, thank you so much for supporting us all. please check out Wendy's channel if you haven't done so already. And we've put a link in our description. And we'll see you next week with Black Cat Kitchen. Daniela will be there talking to us, and which will be so much fun. So Wendy and everybody, wish you a very happy Sunday and a very happy next week. And we'll see you at the same time on next Sundays. Share the love.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
So welcome.
I had a lot
Thank you
of
for
fun.
coming on. Oh,
Thank you.
good.
I want to thank everybody in the chat too. That it's
Yes.
I'm looking at my phone and it just keeps going and going and going. So
well, if you haven't been, if you haven't been on, look, Wendy survived and she's still smiling, and you'd like to come on, share the love, just contact us at britgirlsgostateside@gmail.com.
And you make everyone feel so comfortable. I feel really comfortable. You just
good.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's nice to know. Yes, yes. Okay, everybody. Well, see you next week. Have a good one. Bye, Wendy.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Are we still on?